After 2 years of procrastination, I finally finished my orc army, and boy was it worth it. This is a 1,000 point army, very small, but hoping to grow even more and more. This is the Bad Moons Rising, which was inspired by Creedence Clearwater Revival. A lot of the references are referring to them, and then other bands as well. But that's what motivated me to get this army, because I was sitting there, I was like, oh, Bad Moons. It's like the song that I like. And there's a few like kit bashes that are music based, and I hope to do even more kit bashes. But honestly, these guys are awesome, and I love Bad Moons. Bad Moons have always been my favorite. They're the coolest looking. I love the yellow and black. And they're really not that special. All that happens is that their teeth grow bigger and faster, but that doesn't mean anything. But I love the color scheme. It works really well with the vehicles and the armor as well, and they're so flashy. I thought that yellow is a difficult color, but honestly, the yellow is extremely easy to paint. Honestly, like I thought this would be so much harder than it was. And if you like the army so far, please like and subscribe. I know it's kind of weird to ask for that, but why not? I have a goal to reach, so I'd really love to reach it. And all the support and sharing that happens really motivates me more and more to make even more. And comment down below if you want to see this painted, please. If you want to see how to paint this, not see this painted. But anyway, let's move on. Move on. So let me start off with the boys. I have 20 boys here, which honestly is not enough, but you do what you can. They're the monopose new kit, which was tough and bothered me because I like to change my guys around. All of my 40 poxwalkers are like different scopes, and it was very difficult with these guys because of the way that they are. But I made sure to paint everybody differently. Everybody's got different clothes on, although they all have like the yellow on them. They have different clothes on, which sets them apart from each other. This guy's really cool. He's got an all black gun. Very cool. And then, it's annoying but I prefer the new boys because I don't like the way that the old boys look. They're extremely squatty, and I'm not a fan. And I'm fine with proxying, This might have to be a guy with a chopper and slugger, but, you gotta do what you gotta do. Here we have the two boss knobs. They look pretty the same. I had to do some kind of differences, but one with a chopper, one with a claw, both look so awesome. I love the new kits. They look really cool, and although there's not that much difference in each one, there still is some kind of difference that could be made in painting or the way you model it. And these guys probably took 3 hours each model. 20 models here, which means it's like 60 hours. It was tough. I remember these were painted like 2 years ago, and I remember it being tough, but in the end, look at this. I got all this. But really what started it all was this model right here. This is the Fortunate One. He is the war boss of this WA, and here I have a giant conversion right here, which I'll talk about in a second. But he is the war boss. He's named after Fortunate Son, the song by Creedence Clearwater Revival. He is the Fortunate One. He's the one that gets away with everything. He's the biggest boss, and everybody doesn't like him. That's kind of like the lore-wise, is that he is the biggest boss, and he's the Fortunate One. Where he has this cool armor, and he's got these big teeth, and he gets away with everything. When they have to fight, it's an awesome conversion that I did here. So this is supposed to look like a guitar. I think it looks pretty good. It is a left-handed guitar, which doesn't exist, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Most of this model is the same. This arm is the same, and then this is all shaved down from the original Choppa. It was just this arm that was placed higher up. This arm right here. And then I cut the end here, glued and glued. This was a lot of fun to make. One of my best converted models. He's honestly my favorite model that I have, other than the Demon Prince, which is newer. But I love this model a lot. So I made this out of the original Choppa. So you can see the original pieces right here, here, and then this is half of a power claw from this model. I just glued them together. It worked out perfectly. Looks just like a guitar. The strings don't look so good. They don't. But that's fine with me. So he is the current war boss of this army. You know, war bosses come and go, but he has been holding on to this one for a long time. And yet more clans and cultures keep growing with him, and the WoW just keeps growing. So he keeps fighting. And on the back, I also have a little cable that's going into the guitar. Maybe this is a speaker system, or maybe the Gretchin just works as a speaker. I don't really know, but I don't know. One of my favorite models, and it makes me want Mega Knobs, which no new Mega Knobs, so I'm not gonna get Mega Knob. I'll probably get 3. I just wish they had a new kit. That would be really nice. But this is honestly, this is the model that started it all. I saw this and I said I can make a conversion out of this model, and I'm very happy with what happened here. I may as well talk about them while I have them. Here are the Gretchin. I need more Gretchin. Another thing that I need more of, but especially now with the stratagem, not the stratagem, their ability to collect CP, it's just so good. But they were super fun to paint. They're just little guys, and each one is different. And there's a lot of customization and extra bits that come in this kit. I was a little, I actually got this as a gift from Mini Wargaming when I went to play there. And I was like, oh man, I don't really want new models in my army. I just want old, I don't want old models in my army, but this kit honestly really changed my mind after I opened it up. These guys look great. Very happy with how they came out. And they're super fun to play with. I mean, build. They're also fun to play with. I mean, just a bunch of little goblins running around. Very cool. And here's the runter for this group. This is the squat grot, or the red gobbo, whichever one I feel like, but lately he's been a runter because they're required now for the unit. Originally I used my runter as like the example model, and I got rid of him, and I don't like showing him to anybody because he's got a bunch of different paints on him. But here is the new runter, the red gobbo, and it's not over until the red gobbo sings. It's just not. Such a fun conversion. This is the like free model of the month, and I said, I've got to put a goblin head on this guy. So he beat a squat to death, took his armor, and now he leads the grots. And he, honestly, it was so fun playing with this model. I used to play him as the red gobbo, and he just does damage for no reason. It was super fun. Another really favorite conversion of mine. A lot smaller and a lot easier, but still an iconic part of this army. The real question is there an orc player out there that doesn't have these models? These are the Commandos in my army. Commandos are just so awesome. They look cool. The models are fun. There's like 2 of each orc. And look at these little, you get a squig and a Gretchin. And the Gretchin has 2 styles as well. Can't go wrong with this kit. It's on. I wish I could get more, but I don't really need more, honestly, yet. But these guys are kind of like the smartest out of everyone. Their armor's clean. They don't mess around, and they're kind of just like, they kind of look down on everyone else because they are the most elite. And over here you have the boss knob, the power claw. This power claw is so cool. One of the big parts about this kit is that it comes with this. I kitted them out. I didn't put a rocket launcher on them because I had rocket launchers in my boy, or a rocket launcher in my boys, and I was like, wow, this kind of sucks. So I have 5 with slugga choppas, and then the rest are custom stuff. Yeah, 5 slugga choppas, and then a boss knob. But as for the custom stuff, I have a custom shooter. I have a custom shooter as well. I took off the sniper end and the extended barrel because I was like, nah, I just want it to be just the regular gun. Then I have the breacher ram. Got this pristine white armor on these guys, and that's their whole scheme, is black, white, and that blue. He's a cool model as well. I really liked him. And a flamer guy. I need to fix his arm. Doesn't look like it's damaged enough to me, but flames are fun to paint, you know? Flames are so much fun to paint. On the back, he's got this canister. Very fun unit. You can't have an army that's based on Creedence Clearwater Revival and not have some kind of helicopter unit. So over here we have the Deffkoptas. I wish I had more. That's my answer. That is the big answer. It's kind of hard to get them on camera, but I'll do what I can. I wish I had more because it fits the theme of the army so well. They are really cool looking. I love the new kit. The only issue is the blades. I've fixed these so many times, I had to pin them in. It's the only way that they stay put. And this is a weak connection point on all of them. The base to model connection is extremely weak, but they look so cool. I wish I had 4 times as many as I do right now. It'd be so awesome to have just a line of helicopters zooming in. Very scary looking. But yeah, this is kind of like that whole like Fortunate Sons playing moment, and the helicopters zoom up to you. This was a very fun one to paint as well. I'm gonna say that for every model because they're all very fun to paint. But I really enjoyed painting this army so much, which is why it took so long, because it was all based on am I enjoying this painting? Yes or no, and if the answer was no, then I stopped, and I waited until I wanted to paint again. But I really love these Deffkoptas. A key point of this army. You know, you can't have a Creedence army without Deffkoptas. Another really important part of this army is Willie and the Poor Boys, named after Down on the Corner by Creedence Clearwater Revival. So we got a Def Tread and Killa cans. An important part about these guys is that they all have silver teeth because they're so poor. Silver teeth here, and even on Willie. And he's got a broken tooth over here. But I'll start with the Killa cans. Each one is equipped with rocket launchers. And there isn't 3 rocket launchers in the kit, so I had to kit bash some. This is the one with the normal one. And these guys actually, this guy I painted recently. And this is one of the kit bashed rocket launchers, which I believe this was a flamer, and then I attached a normal rocket off the end from the boys. There's my rocket launcher on here. This guy was the first painted out of all of them. And then I have this guy. I don't remember how I made this rocket launcher. It's somebody's piece. It's not his. it's definitely not his. But and then I have a bunch of grime going down here. I wasn't sure about that when I was doing it. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go for it. It looks pretty cool, a little nasty. He's got this awesome drill. Then you have Willie. Willie is just so cool. 3 claws on him and a scorch up. I think that's the best way to run him, just because the scorches are like strength 5 minus 1 AP. That's good with me, you know. He's got this broken tooth, like I said, and he is pretty cool. Not good in game, but very cool looking, especially with the rest of them, you know. And if you have Willie in the front and them in the back shooting rockets, it works out pretty well, especially because these hit on 4s, and you get blasts, so you can take out things easily. You know, you can take out a squad of Marines, big 10-man squad. And Willie was like, I was so excited to build him, and I went, oh, I gotta paint this guy. But I ended up painting him pretty quickly. I have to finish the scorch marks on his stuff, because that's not enough scorch. You can see this guy has way more like darkness on the end of this, like exhaust. It's supposed to be like grime. He does not have enough, so I'm gonna have to go back and do that. But that's fine. But this is Willie and the Poor Boys. Now I get to move on to the other cultures that are in this WA, because it's not just Creedence Clearwater Revival. This is Aerosmith. I thought it was fitting that Aerosmith would be in a down plane going as fast as he can. You know, this just broke off. Gonna have to glue that, but it happens. This is freehanded with a marker. It's not the best, but I think that's fine for orc. And I also have to put some null oil on this to bring it back to the color of the rest of the model. But I didn't even mean to buy this model, and I was looking online, and then I was like, I need this immediately. So here we are. In the back, there's even the Gretchin in there shooting out. I painted him first, and you can't even see him. It's like he's literally impossible to see. But he's painted. This model was very fun. I took off the emblem on the front too. I did that too with the Commandos. I took off the emblems on them that were, what are they called? The sneaky ones, I forget their names. The blood axes. Which was kind of tough, but it looks fine. No one will notice. No one will. Oh, now you know. But anyway, this is Aerosmith. Very fun one. Painted in red, silver, and blue for the modern Aerosmith colors, with the accents of gold as well. And the last part of this army, which took me the longest actually, because they were built and then sitting around for a very long time, but I'll get into that. But this is the Beatles. They're dressed in their Sgt. Pepper outfits, which is why I grabbed the flash kits. I thought to myself, yeah, Sgt. Pepper looks like a pirate. And I think it works out pretty well, especially with the hats and stuff. So we got George Harrison here with his red cap. The guns are just silver because, well, that's what they are. I think it's a good compliment to each of them. Here's Paul in his blue outfit. Blue and silver is his colors. And I got, this is Ringo, and he is Sgt. Pepper, so he's got the big hat on, and he's leading everyone in this one. And then also, I got John Lennon here with his green and orange. What a weird color. If you look at it, it's weird, but I think the orange came out pretty good. Orange is a tough color, but here's John. And I know what you're thinking. Who's the fifth Beatle? Well, a lot of people were inspired by Sgt. Pepper to wear Sgt. Pepper outfits. So this is based on Jimi Hendrix's outfit. Even though I love Jimi Hendrix, Jimi Hendrix is one of my favorite artists of all time. There's a lot of artists that are my favorite, but I love Jimi Hendrix. And I wish he had a bigger spot in this army, and he might eventually. But right now, he is a part of the Sgt. Pepper unit in his black and gold getup. It's really cool that the Beatles inspired so much, and other artists. So he is the fifth Beatle. It's not Billy Shears, although it could be. Who knows? But here we have the Beatles. And my plans for them was to get them a yellow submarine. I rendered a yellow submarine on... I made a yellow submarine out of one of the pieces from Space Marine, the flying thing. And then I put some yellow submarine bits on it, and I didn't like it. I just didn't like the model. And I need to figure out what I'm going to do, because if I could just have a truck for them to ride around in and shoot out of, that's so awesome. And a spot for each of them to sit and shoot. It'd be so cool to have them in a yellow submarine, which I'm sure I can make, but it's just going to take a little bit more time. But this is the Beatles. So the question is, where does this army go from here? And the answer is a lot of different places. But I think the best place to start, Gorkanaut. I was on eBay and I saw it for cheap, and it didn't end up cheap, but I bought it. And this is I don't know. I was like, man, what an awesome model. This is probably one of the models that got me into Warhammer, off of Freeblade on the phone. That was my introduction to Warhammer. And one of the easiest bosses to fight is the Gorkanaut. Such an awesome fight, and I just needed it. So we'll put him in the back with the rest of them. But the hopes is to have the Fortunate One and joined with the Fortunate Sons, which is I'll have some Mega Knobs to go with them, because Mega Knobs are awesome. I proxied my my flash kits as Mega Knobs, and they are killer with the twin kill saws, and especially with Bully Boys and all the rest of the stuff that just came out. They're unstoppable. Even a Big Mech is really good with them, because he brings back a model. That's great. I might not even take him with them, but and if I take the Fortunate One, I'll just give him teleporter, and then he could deep strike in with a unit of 6 Mega Knobs, and that's really good. And if not, he can go on the Gorkanaut as well. I'm not sure if I'm going to make the Gorkanaut his or not, or the Big Mechs, probably the Big Mechs, but honestly, I wish that the Mega Knobs had a better kit, a newer kit. That's all I want. All I want for Christmas is Mega Knobs. I was disappointed with the Orc reveals being just a Big Mech, but That's fine. It's fine. I might buy him maybe one day. So yeah, the first step of moving forward is Gorkonaut. I also want a Wazbomb Blastojet. I know it's not good probably, but it looks so cool. I mean, it's a giant jet, and I've never had a flyer before, and I want a flyer. And they're cheap right now, so I'll get them. But more boys, I'd like 20 more, maybe 40 more. Probably start with 20, maybe 10, probably 20, but I'm not sure. Mega Knobs would be nice, just a unit of 3 to start, and then moving on from there. And then maybe some more Killa cans. Deffkoptas would be nice because, you know, it fits the whole theme of the army a little more, but I don't really know if I need any. Yeah, 3 more would be nice. And then I don't know. Other than that, I'm not really sure where this goes. Oh, that's right. I want to do a Black Sabbath end of this, which will be a Beast Snaggers. I think, you know, I could have the Beast Snaggers, which all I would need is the Christmas box. That's all I really want. Because I could just make them, they're the War Pigs, you know? They have squigs and they're the War Pigs, so why not make them Black Sabbath themed? And you get Iron Man and like all the characters like that or whatever. That's what I want for Beast Snaggers. Not too many of them, you know? But I think the black and purple would look so cool on them, especially because their armor is a little more jagged. It'll look better. And I'm pretty good at painting purple. Purple is a color that I've painted for a decent amount of time now as well. And I think that's a good little like extra culture to add onto here. I know I have this one and that one, but a purple section of the army that's all like riding squigs is so cool looking. But this is my orc army. I'm really proud of it. It took a very long time, but they look amazing, and I'm very happy whenever I get to play with them because they really are my best painted models right now. I hope to upgrade my skills even more, and this one really taught me that I am a good painter. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, you know. If you want to see how these guys were painted, comment down below. Please give me the recipe, and maybe, not maybe, well, if not, you know, somebody writes it, I'm probably going to do it. I'll do a video about how to paint orcs. I'll do a video about how to paint bad moons. I'll do a video about how to paint every single culture. Just comment down below and we will paint every culture. That's the plan. Anyway, check out this video and that video. And if you want, share with your friends so that way, you know, I can get more subscribers. My goal is to get 10,000 in 2 years. I think that's possible. But, you know, we'll see if it's possible. Anyway, thank you guys. Peace out.